Who inherits property when there's no will in Arizona? Hi, I'm Attorney Paul Deloughery. When someone dies without a will, they're said to have died intestate. Now, every state, including Arizona, has laws in place to determine who inherits in those circumstances. So let's dive into Arizona's rules. First, situation number one, you have a surviving spouse. So if the deceased person is survived by a spouse, things can vary based on the type of property and whether or not there are children. So, for sole and separate property, the surviving spouse inherits everything if there are no descendants or if all of the descendants are shared with the surviving spouse. But if there are descendants not related to the spouse, the deceased spouse, half goes to the surviving spouse and half goes to the descendants. Okay, situation number two, no surviving spouse, but there are descendants. Okay, no surviving spouse, but there are descendants. If there's no surviving spouse, but there are descendants, the property gets divided among the descendants based on a formula. For example, children will inherit directly, but if a child has predeceased, died before the decedent, their share will go to their children, and so on. Okay, situation number three, there's no immediate family. Now, if there's no spouse or descendants, then the intestacy laws look further up the family tree. In other words, are the parents alive? And if the parents aren't alive, did the parents have children? In other words, did the deceased person have brothers and sisters? Or did those brothers and sisters have descendants? So let's do that again. The decedent's parents, if living, will inherit, followed by siblings and so forth. But now let's just let me clarify something. So now we're all related, okay? If you go back to Adam and Eve or whatever you believe in, you know, we're all ultimately related. You may have to go back 50,000 years, but Arizona law does not do it that way, okay? You can't go back 100 generations and down 100 generations to find a relative. Okay, it actually cuts it off. So if you have questions about that, talk to a lawyer, give us a call. Okay, now situation number four, there's entirely no family. Now, in the rare case, and we run across this, but in the situation where someone has no traceable family, then the property escheats, or in other words, it goes back, it reverts back to the state of Arizona. Now, while these laws are in place to provide some order, they may not reflect your personal wishes for your assets. So, the best way to ensure your property is distributed according to your preference is, you guessed it, to have a will. So, thanks for tuning in to today's topic on Arizona inheritance laws without a will. If you found this informative, give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content. And if you have a question about a specific situation, give us a call at 602-443-4888.